Hi guys, it's Shannon. I probably haven't uploaded a video in forever, at least not one with my charming appearance in it. What I'm going to talk about today is I made this very drastic decision in my life that, I'm working to, that I've decided that I'm going to go through and I'm going to get a gastric sleeve. Now, if any of my Facebook buddies are watching this, or my friends, the decision to come to that wasn't an easy one, and it's kind of not one that you just make, not for me anyway, because I'm one of those people that, I wanted to take and avoid surgical intervention at all costs. And it's anybody that knows me knows that I'm somebody that I'm a fairly active person. I'm usually always moving, always doing something, and I frequently go to the gym, do what I possibly can to take and just try to be an active person. And basically what happened is, after I had my second daughter, I noticed that my weight was really climbing, and it really bothered me. And it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna do my low carb thing, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do what I usually do. So I did that, and right after I had my daughter, I lopped off 20-30 pounds easy. And then it happened, because my doctor found out I was breastfeeding. So she was like, well, what kind of birth control are you on? I was like, well, right now I'm on nothing, we're just protecting ourselves. And she decided, okay, well, I'm going to put you on progesterone. So when she did that, those 20-30 pounds I lost, all decided to come back with a vengeance. And it was like, then I was at the weight I was when I was pregnant. And I was just baffled by it. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take and I'm going to go even lower on the carb amount I take a day. Did that. Nothing. Then I'm going to increase how much I work out. Nothing. Then I'm gonna just eat vegetables. Did that. Nothing. So then I had several friends who had been through it as well. I'm not naming names, but they had been through it as well, and they had tremendous results. And it was kind of, I need to do something. I'm not happy this way. And I didn't do it because, I want to be pretty and I want to be sexy. Well, that's kind of part of it too. But it was mainly, I'm sitting there looking at my children. I'm looking at the choices of food that my children are eating. Now, I love vegetables, but my husband not so much. And it seems that our 5-year-old daughter is kind of taken after him, where it's kind of a chore just to get her to eat vegetables. Now, does she eat them? With some force, yes. But I'm just sitting there thinking in my head, I don't want my daughter thinking that being the weight I am right now is healthy, because it's not healthy. And I've lived so much under the delusion that I wasn't that bad, and that's really bad, because it was kind of like, my ass started to spread a little bit more each year. And it was kind of, before I had my second daughter, I wasn't as heavy as I am now, but I wasn't as healthy as I could have been. I think I was in about a size 14, and they weren't as comfortable as they could have been, but I was in a size 14, which I was like, that's not bad, I'm just curvy. And we don't seem to realize is that, yes, curvy can be sexy, but there's a limit, okay? That's the thing, is that if you're curvy, okay, you're a healthy curvy, you're healthy, okay? That's the key point, you're healthy. But if you're curvy and you've got high cholesterol, that's not good. If you're curvy and you've got high blood pressure, that's not good. If you're curvy and you've got diabetes, that's not good. So that's where I'm getting at with this, is that there are different stages of curvy healthy versus curvy I'm not healthy. And we seem to be personifying this image in our society today, sitting there saying that curvy unhealthy is supposed to be as acceptable as curvy healthy. Now, like I said, I've always kind of been curvy healthy, where I've never been like a size 4 or a size 6. I think the smallest size I was, and I maintained this for years, was about a size 7 to an 8. And that was a very healthy size 8. I mean, I was always working out. I was always eating well. And I think I was about a size 9 when I got married. I always teetered around there. And then it was like, between a 9 and like sometimes a 12. And then I'd go all the way back down. So I frequently did that because it depends on the size of jeans, because they can't just make one size of jeans anymore. So going through that, it was after I got married and I had my first child. Well, had my first child, everything was going really good. And the thing about my husband's like 6'6", so he's a really big guy. And well, when a little person and a really big guy decide to make a baby, that baby for some reason becomes Godzilla. And my first child, when she was born 9 pounds and 2 ounces. And, after I had her, I'd actually done very well with, like, taking and losing some of the weight. And it was, the dress size I maintained after that was pretty much around a 12 to a 14. And then it's kind of like, years started going by, and we decided that we wanted to have a second child. After that second child, I wind up gaining weight again with her. And when she came out, she was 9 pounds 7 ounces. So she was a fairly large child too. And it was after I had her, I had done my best to take and lose this weight. Like I was eating well, I was doing everything I did with the first one. So I lost like 20, 30 pounds right after her. And I was so happy. And then it was, doctor put me on progesterone, gained everything back. And I was so pissed. And it was like my weight was at a standstill. So, yeah. And it took a lot for me to take and actually make the decision of getting a gastric sleeve, because I know I'm going to have people that say, you just need to take and do this diet. And it's like, thank you. I appreciate your input. But the thing is that I've been through Weight Watchers, okay? Been through Weight Watchers, lost a little bit of weight. I've been on a low-carb diet, only lost a little bit of weight. I have been through Medifast, and I've only lost 17 pounds in 3 months. Now people are going to say, oh, well, at least you lost weight. Losing 17 pounds in 3 months on a diet that is fairly extremely low calories, that's not good. And before people ask, well, maybe it's your thyroid. I've gotten my thyroid checked. My thyroid is perfect. It's functioning normal, so it's not my thyroid. It's pretty much my body wants me to be fat. And before I get people taking and attacking me for that comment, I know my body actually doesn't want me to be fat, but it definitely doesn't want to help me in this process of losing weight. So that's how it feels, is that it's if I don't stick so strict to a diet, if I don't stick to it, alright, that it's kind of like if I walk into a bakery and I just smell donuts, my body's like, ooh, let's eat. And it just packs on like another 2 pounds. Even if I don't eat the donut, that's the thing. I'm not a donut person. And I'm somebody that I completely avoid fast food. And, I usually avoid pizza, and I usually avoid chicken wings, and I avoid all that stuff that most people, I avoid that shit. And it's kind of like, it just makes me go, oh my God, why am I the size I am if I don't eat this crap? I've had girlfriends that could eat whatever they wanted, and their weight wouldn't fluctuate. Me, I'm eating a pickle, and my weight fluctuates because of the salt in it. And it's kind of like, seriously? So, I'm going to talk about the process I'm going through, because I'm right now at the end of my process, because certain insurances, they're different. My insurance, thank God, I'm lucky enough to have the awesome insurance I do through my awesome job, is I've only got to wait 3 months for my surgery. So, but in that 3 months, it's crammed in to what most people have to do in, let's say, 6 months to a year. So my 3 months, I've got to make sure I continue seeing a dietitian. I've got to have a 90-minute seminar on how to take and eat after this gets done. I've got to go through regular doctor's appointments to make sure that, you know, my blood work's normal, my liver's okay, and to make sure my cholesterol's good. That's where we come to a problem. I wind up going and seeing my doctor, last week, and, you know, I got my results back from my blood work. So, like I said, I am somebody that avoids fried food, fast food, you know, food that's not good for you. Do I overeat? Probably, most definitely. I'm not gonna lie about that. And I love breaking chocolate. You know, sometimes donuts are a girl's best friend. But, you know, it's usually, I avoid stuff like that. And it's, you know, I'm pretty sure I do like potatoes, I do like steak, I do, you know, like cheese. Yeah, that stuff is awesome. But apparently, even when you're avoiding fast food, and you're avoiding fried foods, and you're avoiding pizza, even when you're avoiding that stuff and you still kind of eat shitty on the other scale, you can still run your cholesterol up. And this is a really serious thing, because, you know, I had myself fooled thinking I was a fairly healthy person. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to be fine, my blood work's going to come back great. And you know what? My cholesterol came back 261. And my bad cholesterol, my low density blood cells, the ones that cause plaque in your arteries, that came back as a 160. And that's terrible. And it's not as bad as it could be, but it's considered very high, especially for somebody who's only 31 years old. And I'm so pissed off at myself, honestly, because it's like, I thought I was healthier than this. But my triglycerides, they came back healthy, or they came back low. My triglycerides came back low, my blood pressure's still low, so the chances of me having a heart attack in the next of the next 10 years is extremely low to moderate. But, you know, the doctors are talking about putting me on, you know, cholesterol medicine, and that freaks me out, because I don't know how many of you guys watch documentaries or shows, but cholesterol medicine is terrible for women. So it's kind of like, okay, I need to get a handle on this, I need to do better. So now it's kind of, I put myself on my own little diet regimen, you know, of where I'm going to cut out butter, all butter, and I'm gonna only eat maybe 1 serving of dairy a day, and that's usually gonna probably be yogurt or something similar to it. I'm trying to cut out cheese, you know, and just cheese, just cheese in general. And I'm just gonna keep to 1 serving of dairy. I'm going to try to eat more fish, even though I hate fish. I'm gonna try to eat more fish and just completely eliminate all foods that are white. You know, I wind up hearing that all foods that are white are bad for you. So I'm gonna eliminate that. I kind of like cut back on eggs, and it's like, I'm a low carb person, so it's like your main staple of like your dietary needs were all eggs. So it's kind of like, I've got to cut those out, at least the yolks. And, you know, I'm taking a regimen of vitamins. I'm taking garlic now, and I'm taking turmeric 1,000 milligrams a day, and I'm just hoping that my cholesterol goes down. I'm supposed to get retested in another month or so I'm hoping that those levels go down. I'm supposed to go through a sonogram with my liver to make sure that I don't have a fatty liver. And it's kind of like one of those things, it's wild whenever you get this kind of slap in the face that wakes you up. And like I said, I was going to keep this quiet. I wasn't going to tell people about it, because like I said, to me, it makes me feel like I am a failure as a person. It makes me feel like I am failing at my body, because I can't take and I can't keep my body healthy on my own. Now I need this intervention for somebody to come in and help me take care of my body, because even though you're taking and you're getting this done, a lot of people want to turn around and a lot of people want to say you're taking a cheater's way out. No, this isn't a cheater's way out, because the thing is that this is forcing you to have to take and eat well. It's forcing you. It's not even, oh, if I want to go have that slice of pizza on a cheat day, I can't do that anymore. And if I want to go and have a milkshake, well, you could have the milkshake, but the weight's going to come back. So it's not like, as soon as I get this, I'm going to be perfect. It's still going to take, and it's still going to be a 24/7 struggle to make sure I maintain what I get. So, yeah. And it's still having to go and work out at the gym. All this is that this is setting me up to say, you can't eat that anymore. You can't eat this much anymore. You cannot do this anymore. So while the naysayers are out there sitting there saying, well, this is what you got to do. And it's like, well, you guys get to go out and you get to have your one cheat meal of, let's say, your French fries, your cheese, and your bacon, whatever. French fries, cheesy bacon, which sounds awesome. But while you guys get to go out there and you guys get to have that occasional cheat meal, for people that have decided to take and make this decision to do this cheater method, as you call it, when they make that decision, they are pretty much going to be eliminating themselves being able to do that. And the thing is that after doing this, you can still gain the weight back. That's the worst part. You can still gain this weight back. So it is going to be forever this struggle of making sure that you maintain this. So it's going to be this struggle. So it's kind of like this is forcing you to eat better. And most people do eat better, but it is forcing you to eat better. And this is by no means an easy way out at all. You don't get to have that cheat meal. I mean, a lot of people are like, I'm still going to take it, I'm still going to be able to eat my sushi. No, you probably won't be able to eat that sushi. And you want to know why? Because they said that after this, your taste changes. So then your once favorite meal becomes completely disgusting to you. And there's a chance of that. After I get this done, I'm probably going to be on liquids and mush for about 6 months. So it's going to be, that's going to be tons of fun. So before you take and you go putting your judgmental decisions on everybody else, make sure that you take and you realize what you're saying. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to be trying to update as much as possible. I'm going to try to go through everything I'm going through. So have a nice one.